Just check out my sweet-ass living room, guys. Just look at how awesome it is. It's just, there's like papers on the floor, the wifey sauce's desk with a bunch of crap on it. Look at this big-ass TV. Look at that. It's not 4K, but who cares? 4K is stupid. There's a lot of cool stuff here. You might even say it's the perfect living room, but it's not. You know why? You know why? Do you see something that's a little bit out of place? Something that's not quite right, guys? Well, I'll tell you. You probably can't see it because it's on the ground. So today we're solving this problem. There are these two Ethernet cables that have been strewn across my living room for the last 2 years or so, coming from an AC Buffalo router, and going into my office, of course, where it's hooked up. One of those is going to Hotline, which you can get a perfect view of right from here, and the other one's going to the streaming system for Awesome Hardware on Tuesdays. Now, the reason why this is an issue now, Wifey Sauce and I have had a big-ass rug covering this up for the good portion of 2 years, and it was great. You know, you hardly ever noticed it unless you like went over to my area, and then it would start to get a little seedy. But that's all changed now because we got rid of the rug. It's just a little too big for this space ever since we moved her desk in here, and it's just shaggy and hard to vacuum, and it sucks. So now we're dealing with this mess, and Wifey Sauce ever since has been very adamant about me getting rid of these cables, which I fully understand. It is quite annoying and sort of an eyesore. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I've got an idea though, guys. I don't think all hope is lost just yet. So this is what I'm going to do. Instead of hardwiring, which I'm not going to go wireless before you freak out, because I don't want to sacrifice that much in terms of internet speeds, but I've got these two products here. The first of which is this Ethernet Powerline adapter from TP-Link. This is the AV500 Nano, offering 500 megabits per second, which is pretty speedy. And if you guys haven't used one of these before, these are super convenient. It essentially uses your home circuitry to transmit your broadband signal. This particular unit comes with two of these wall adapters, and they both plug into the wall. One of them connects to your router, and the other one connects to whichever device you wish to have internet on. And it's pretty easy. It's just plug and play. Uses, like, again, the circuitry that's in your home walls and stuff. It's like voodoo magic, and they're super convenient. But I'm gonna also see if there's any sort of performance slowdown using these over a hardwired connection. I've never really done a sort of A/B comparison with these particular units before, so it should be kind of interesting. Now, unfortunately, this product only supports one device, and to add more devices, I would have to buy an additional wall unit, actually one per every device that I wished to add to the little network here, and that's kind of a pain because it's going to eat up a lot of my wall sockets, which I don't like, and they're just sort of bulky. I don't want 3 or 4 of these in my office. These are just it's just not very convenient to me. So instead, and it could get kind of pricey too, so instead I bought a switch. So here's another TP-Link product here. This one's 200 megabits per second. I hope that's enough internets for my needs. We got 10100 there, and a switch is pretty simple to explain just really briefly. It's like you connect your router to one of these ports, and then you've got, this is a 5-port switch, so then I've got 4 additional ports that I can just feed out to other devices. So this is kind of already doing the job of one of these guys if I were to buy an additional one, but it's even better because it's cheaper in the long run, and I've got 4 ports to work with instead of just 1 per unit. It doesn't take up nearly as much space either. So we're going to be setting these up today. It should be fairly easy to install. These are all super easy, like plug and play devices, and we're going to be doing some A/B comparison testing. These are the speeds I was able to achieve that I'm getting now on Hotline with a direct wired connection. So here we have 118 megabits per second down, 11.89 up. And we're going to see if there's any sort of speed or performance degradation once we switch over to the new hardware. Let's see what these puppies are made of. All right, ladies and gentlemen, installation was a breeze as expected. Look at this. No more cables on the ground. Woo! Much cleaner. It just feels so nice. Feels so nice to have a clean living room with no cables tangling us up. You can see here I've got the router still situated, and the Powerline adapter is plugged in very close to it, right there, underneath our little printer desk there. And you can see I've actually plugged it in directly to the wall socket, as opposed to using the electrical outlet, though it would have been closer, maybe a little bit more convenient. You should probably never plug in your Ethernet Powerline adapters into a surge protector or power strip of any kind, simply because that can scramble the signal. And I don't mean like encrypt it, but I just mean there's a lot of interference that's introduced when you go that route. Oh my gosh, my microphone. My poor lavalier. Are you okay? But like I was saying, these surge protectors can severely impact your speed. So if you happen to pick up a kit similar to this one and you're getting really lousy performance for some reason, it could be that you've plugged in to a surge protector. So always go the recommended route and plug it directly into the wall. However, there's a few other factors to consider if you are getting some lousy speeds with your Powerline adapter, which we're going to go over in just a bit. But let's go ahead and mosey on over to my office and see the other. Let's see the rest of the setup here that I've got configured. I'm just gonna walk in here, just do it on the fly. So I plugged in the other adapter right there. So I've routed that to our switch here, and from there I've got a couple Ethernet cables going out. Of course, one to the streaming PC, the other to Hotline. And I think it's pretty much simple. It's super straightforward. I think at this point we can do a little bit of a comparison test. I actually hooked up my my Go Anywhere Do Anything PC in the Node 202. And which is on Wi-Fi right now. I did a really quick speed test just to see what we were getting with Wi-Fi, and we're getting 52 down and 11 up. Okay, so not too shabby. The download speed's about less than half of what it was with a direct wired connection to Hotline, which was about at 118 down, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna see with our new configuration here with the Powerline adapters to see what kind of performance we can get. So let's just click go. See what we get. Hopefully we get better than Wi-Fi. I'm hoping for well above 50 megabits per second down, and it looks like we're getting at least that and potentially more. We're at 60, pushing 70. Yes, 80. Oh, I don't think we hit 80. All right, we're doing the up now. Up seems to be about the same as it was with the hardwired connection, which was around 12. Looks like we're getting the same deal here, which I'm very happy about. I'm actually almost more concerned about upload speeds than download speeds because of YouTube and stuff. But here's the final results with our Powerline connection. Down of 78 megabits per second and an up of nearly 12. So up's looking good. Download, we did incur some speed loss there from 118 to 78. That's kind of a bummer, actually, but here is the other thing that I wanted to test out. The other factor to consider here that might impact our speeds is which outlets we're plugging these units into. So, I mean, obviously there's not much I can do about this one. I mean, that unit's gonna stay there because it's right next to the router, but this one over here, I feel like maybe we can get it a little bit closer to that first socket so that the signal won't have to travel as far a distance within my home circuitry. So there's an outlet right here, right between the wall and the couch of our living room. So that's good. Both outlets would be in the same room. So potentially that could increase our speeds a bit, but I honestly have no idea. So let's go ahead and try it out. It could very well be the same or worse. I don't exactly have like a wiring map of how the circuitry in this house is wired, but let's just go ahead and try it out. Let's see what happens. All right, I've relocated the second adapter. We've plugged it in behind the couch, now in the same room as the router and the other adapter, and let's rerun the test. I'm hoping that we see something a little bit closer to the original 118 megabits per second that we saw with a direct connection. But let's find out. Moment of truth. Okay. Come on. Pushing 50, pushing 60. Come on, 70. 75. Looks like we're beating our old score. We've beaten our old score. We've hit 80, 80, 83, 85, 88. Oh my God. Was that almost 90? I think I saw almost 90. And then upload speeds look pretty consistent here. Let's wait for it to finish. Oh my God, my heart is racing. I can feel it beating out of my chest. This is intense, guys. I think I'm gonna cry. All right, here we go. 89, so basically 90 down, and upload remains at 12. What do you know? Just simply from switching that second adapter from that port right there to the one directly behind this wall gave us quite a nice boost there. So I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like this is maybe a 15-20% or more slowdown from a direct wired connection, but the convenience that we now have of not having to trip over these cables, which Wifey Sauce does all the time because she's super clumsy, is totally worth it, honestly. And because I'm uploading, honestly, these days more than I'm downloading, this sits well with me. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. Although I wonder what Wifey Sauce thinks about it. What do you notice that's different?
No wires!
No wires!
Yeah!
care how I got rid of the wires.
I just care that they're gone.
I know. All right, so certainly good to have Wifey Sauce's approval in the bag. Happy wife, happy life, and all that. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Actually, before I go, a tidbit of information you guys might find interesting. I actually reran the speed test with, oh, there's so much glare on the monitor. Good Lord, did I even look at the shot before I started filming? I actually ran the speed test again with one of the adapters, the one closest to the router, plugged into the surge protector to see what kind of impact it would have on our speeds, what kind of performance hit we would incur, and it actually dropped the download speed to 30 megabits per second. Going from 90 to 30, a massive hit just from plugging it into the surge protector. So if you're having any issues with your Powerline adapters, maybe check that out to ensure that you're not just freaking out and having to return the product unnecessarily. But that's all the time I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about my setup here. I think that the performance decrease here is slight enough to still work for my needs. I'll be watching it closely, and if I notice it's too slow, then maybe I'll do a follow-up video and try to improve things. But for now, I think it's going to be just fine. Let me know what your own experiences are with these Powerline Ethernet adapters or Ethernet Powerline adapters. I know it's kind of a mixed bag of reviews on the internet and stuff, so very curious to hear your thoughts on the subject. But that's gonna do it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more tech stuff coming at you really soon, and toss me a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also check out Bitwit Ultra, where you can watch my videos up to a week early without ads for $1.50 a month. First 2 weeks are completely free. Nothing to lose there. As always, I'm Kyle with Bitwit. Have a good one, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.